fastest man in the NFL just called out the internet's wildest streamer, and things got serious fast. Tyreek Hill, the NFL's unstoppable Cheetah, and IShowSpeed, the internet's most unpredictable rocket of chaos, are officially on a collision course. What started as harmless online trash talk has spiraled into one of the most unexpected showdowns of the year, a real-life sprint race between a Super Bowl champion and a streamer who built his career on insane stunts, screaming matches, and doing literally anything for views. But this isn't just some clout-chasing internet stunt. There's money on the line, reputations at stake, and millions of fans on both sides ready to see who really runs Miami. Hill has Olympic-level speed and NFL trophies to back it up. Speed? He has raw momentum, and the internet eating out of his hand. But to understand how this wild rivalry even began, you have to rewind to a completely different beef. One that started with memes, track spikes, and a race that never even happened. It all started with one sign, and one subtle shot fired. In early 2025, Olympic sprinter Noah Lyles had just claimed his fourth straight 60-meter indoor title, a dominant run that kept him at the top of the sprinting world. But instead of celebrating quietly, he held up a handwritten sign that lit the internet on fire. Tyreek could never. And just like that, the race talk exploded. Tyreek Hill didn't stay silent. He fired back with his own post, flexing a personal best of 10.15 seconds in the 100-meter dash, holding a sign that read, "Noah could never." What followed was a digital standoff between two of the fastest men alive, one on the track, the other on the turf. Fans were hyped, trash talk escalated, and eventually, they agreed to settle it the only way possible, a 50-yard sprint in the middle of Times Square. It was supposed to be the ultimate crossover, football versus Olympic track. Cameras were ready, fans were waiting, but then, nothing. The race was abruptly canceled. Officially, the reasons were personal complications and sponsorship issues. Unofficially, Noah Lyles was spotted at a Cannes event. Tyreek Hill took to social media mocking him with memes of Homer Simpson disappearing into the bushes, and fans couldn't help but ask, was Lyles ducking the cheetah? Whatever the truth was, the race was off, and Hill wasn't satisfied. He was ready to run, and now he needed a new target. Tyreek Hill didn't have to look far. Right there in his own city was another name buzzing across every platform. Not an athlete, but someone with the kind of internet energy that could fill a stadium. IShowSpeed. Real name, Darren Watkins Jr. Speed isn't just a streamer. He's a force of nature. Over 30 million followers, a fan base that floods every post, and a rep built on pure unpredictability. This is the guy who once jumped over a luxury car midstream, ended up hospitalized after a stunt, and still kept the camera rolling. But here's the twist. Speed isn't just chaos for clicks. He's actually fast. Back in November 2024, he lined up against Olympic sprinter Noah Lyles in a 50-meter race organized by Mr. Beast. Everyone expected it to be a wipeout. Instead, Speed lost by just 0.08 seconds. Let that sink in. A YouTuber, a meme, a man known for barking at the camera was almost neck and neck with an Olympian. He didn't stop there. In another event, he outran Ashton Hall, a former NCAA track star, and made sure to clown him afterward for the internet to see. No, he's not a pro athlete, but he's also not a joke. And when Tyreek Hill saw those clips, he didn't laugh. He issued a challenge. In mid-June 2025, Tyreek Hill made it crystal clear he wanted the smoke. Out of nowhere, he called out Speed directly on social media. "Speed, you the man, but you still can't beat me. Stop ducking me, dog. I'm waiting on my turn. I live in Miami just like you live in Miami. Let's go." No PR filter, no sponsorship setup, just raw energy and a bold challenge from one of the NFL's most dangerous athletes. What made it even more surprising? Hill wasn't trashing Speed. He actually showed respect. He acknowledged Speed's performance against Lyles and admitted the streamer had real wheels. But then came the punchline. "You're the fastest in your world, but I'm the fastest in mine." And just like that, it was on. The challenge spread like wildfire. Reposts, duets, memes. Fans couldn't believe what they were seeing. A top-tier NFL receiver challenging a YouTuber to a sprint? It felt like a glitch in the Matrix or the start of something huge. And while Speed didn't respond right away, the internet definitely did. The moment Hill's challenge hit the timeline, the internet did what it does best. It went absolutely insane. On TikTok, reaction videos flooded in. One recap of the beef alone racked up over 1.3 million likes. Twitter, or X, became a digital battleground, with fans throwing predictions, making memes, and declaring Speed or Tyreek the real king of Miami. But it wasn't just fans getting involved. Olympic legends, real sprinters, were reportedly reaching out to Speed, offering to help him train. Because while this all started as internet hype, it was quickly morphing into something bigger. News outlets picked it up. Fox Sports dropped a segment asking if Speed was actually ducking Hill. Times of India ran a story covering the challenge from Hill and the pressure building on Speed. Even Pro Football Network framed the entire thing as a feud reignited. Suddenly, it wasn't just a meme. This was a storyline, a crossover event, a real-life face-off that blurred every line between traditional sports and internet culture. And while the world was watching, it was also calculating. If anyone thought this was just for clout, Tyreek Hill shut that down quick. In late 2024, Hill threw out a challenge with real weight behind it. $100,000 on the line. A race, winner take all, but for charity. His offer? We can race wherever you want. If you lose, donate to my foundation. It wasn't just a call-out anymore. It was a high-stakes event with a cause behind it. Speed didn't flinch. He responded fast, loud, and on brand. Tyreek Hill, you didn't want to race me because you were scared. Let's play by your rules. 100K race, 40-yard sprint, let's stop the bull. Both sides agreed. All proceeds to charity. But make no mistake, this wasn't about philanthropy. This was about legacy, ego, and Speed supremacy. The internet treated it like a prize fight. Fan edits dropped within hours, streamers reacted live, sports analysts weighed in, even the term Speed versus Hill started trending across multiple platforms. And now, the crowd wasn't just watching, they were waiting for the countdown.
This isn't just two guys trying to one-up each other on social media. This race, if it happens, could mark a turning point in how we see sports, fame, and entertainment. Think about it. On one side, you have Tyreek Hill, Super Bowl champion, NFL All-Pro, and one of the fastest humans ever to touch a football field. On the other, IShowSpeed, a YouTuber who built his empire off chaos, charisma, and sheer viral power. This is old-world elite athletics clashing with the new wave of digital celebrity. Hill trained his whole life for Speed. Speed trained the algorithm. And now, the two are crossing lanes. If this race goes down, it'll attract eyeballs from every direction. Sports fans, gamers, stream watchers, TikTokers, even legacy media outlets. It's no longer just about who runs faster. It's about who controls the narrative, who owns the moment. And maybe most importantly, it's the blueprint for what comes next. Athletes versus streamers, rappers versus YouTubers. Real-world showdowns between people from totally different planets with millions watching live. It's spectacle, it's strategy, it's the new fame economy, and it's only getting started. So here we are. Tyreek Hill has the trophies, the records, and reputation for blazing speed.
IShowSpeed has the reach, the chaos, and the fearless energy of someone who's never backed down from a challenge, no matter how impossible. And between them, $100,000, a charity cause, and a chance to claim the title of Miami's real Speed King. But will the race actually happen? Will it be staged in the streets of Miami or fade into another viral almost moment? Whatever happens next, one thing is clear. This race is about more than just sprint times. It's about the future of fame and who gets to define it. Like, comment, and subscribe if you're hyped for this race to finally go down. Who you got, the Cheetah or the Chaos King? Let us know and we'll keep you posted when the starting gun finally fires.